This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Life's a garden, dig it down the valley. We stop by the Butler Township Community Garden coming up. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching. The Samsung Productions app is free and it lets you take your community with you no matter where you travel. You can watch us in HD there and on Service Electric Cablevision channel 513. I'm Ken Kara and I'm going to read your headlines now from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Hazleton city officials are exploring options to help the city meet payroll in the coming weeks. Possible options were explored during a closed-door session yesterday that included city administrators and state officials. In attendance were Mayor Jeff Gassett, 2 members of council, bond counsel for the city, officials from the governor's office, representatives from the Department of Community and Economic Development, and State Senator John Udijak. While no decision has been made, possible solutions include borrowing money to participating in the state-administered Early Intervention or Act 47 programs. Council is expected to talk about this situation at an informal session or executive session at 5:30 today, followed by a public council meeting at 6 p.m. You can read more about the matter in today's Standard Speaker or at standardspeaker.com. Severe weather wreaked havoc on many communities surrounding the Hazleton area yesterday. These are some of the photos of flooding in the Wilkes-Barre area, courtesy of our media partner, the Standard Speaker. A combination of rain, hail, and lightning resulted in flooding in nearby Wilkes-Barre, as well as power outages for close to 2,000 PPL customers in the Drums and Mountaintop areas. We'll have the forecast a little later on in tonight's program. The Department of Veterans Affairs Medical Center in Wilkes-Barre will host a community town hall at the facility tomorrow. Veterans, family members, community stakeholders, and the public are invited to take part in the town hall. VA employees will be on hand to assist with information on available services. The town hall will begin at 5 p.m. tomorrow in the second floor recreation room at the VA Medical Center, 111 East End Boulevard in Wilkes-Barre. Some good news for the Mohegan Sun Arena at Casey Plaza. Thanks to fabulous performances like entertainers Brad Paisley, Thomas Rhett, Alan Jackson, and many more, the Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes-Barre Township has been ranked in the top 100 arenas in the United States. The ranking comes from Pollstar Magazine's 2017 mid-year worldwide ticket sales top 200 arena venues. It's based on a total paid attendance numbers for concerts and family shows between January 1st and June 30th of this year. Mohegan Sun Arena at Casey Plaza ranked 93rd in the continental United States for ticket sales during this time, according to the report, and ranked 157th in the world. One lucky person bought a winning Powerball ticket at the Fuel Lawn in Drums on Saturday, a ticket worth $100,000. The lucky ticket matched 4 of the 5 white balls drawn along with the red Powerball. The ticket was sold with the $1 power play option, which means the winner will receive $100,000 instead of $50,000 because the multiplier was 2. Well, it won't be long until classic cars line Broad Street in downtown Hazleton as part of the 2017 Downtown Hazleton Classic Car Cruise-In. Today, organizers and sponsors gathered to promote the event, which is coordinated by the Downtown Committee of the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce and sponsored by the Hazleton Auto Trade Association. I caught up with the cruise chairman, Jimmy Grohall, who owns Jimmy's Quick Lunch, and classic car owner Pete Greger, whose first car you may remember.
The first one was the red car that was used for Jimmy's hot dog commercial.
Oh, okay, I remember that.
And when my daughter started college, I sold it to help pay for her college.
Compared to now, I mean, what do you get out of it? I mean, is it neat just driving down the street? I mean, do you feel like you go back in time a little bit? What's it like being with the car?
Definitely. Definitely. I love the 57 Chevys, and it does bring you back in time when I was young and cruised Broad Street.
Pete was telling me that his car was in the original Jimmy's Quick Lunch commercial. I mean, so is there a relationship there? You just like the car?
Pete was my neighbor and we became friends. And I figured since Jimmy's has been around since 1937, we could put a 1957 in. So both my commercials that I did, I had Pete's car in.
Why would you encourage people to come out to this car cruise?
Oh, just to see all the different cars that are around the Hazleton area, and it's amazing how many cars are in garages that they bring out for this cruise. And then just come out and hang out downtown. We do this car cruise for promotion. for downtown. People don't realize there's a lot of businesses downtown still, and a lot more that have come in. In fact, I have new businesses down by me that came in. So come on down, enjoy, kick back a little bit, and hang out downtown.
The 10th annual Classic Car Cruise-In takes place in downtown Hazleton on Friday, August 4th from 6 to 9 p.m. The rain date is August 11th. New vehicles will also be on display, and local car clubs and downtown merchants are invited to participate. For more information, contact the Chamber at 570-455-1509 or email info@hazletonchamber.org. Switching gears, Lisa wrote that transition. I love it. Switching gears, gardening is becoming very popular these days, with many people choosing to plant their own gardens. But did you know that gardening space is actually available for rent in our area? Lisa Sugart has the details.
Get down, get dirty, and get involved. That is the theme of the Butler Township Community Garden, and that's where we are right here today. And I'm pleased to be joined by Jo Robbins. She is a member of the board of directors for this lovely project. Jo, this is a well-kept secret here, and this is really gorgeous.
It certainly is. It's grown from 30 plots to 90 plots in the few short years that we've been here.
Now, tell us all about it. It started back in 2008. So what exactly is the Butler Township Community Garden?
It's a place that people can come to grow a garden, be it flowers or vegetables, when they don't have a place at home that allows them to. I plant here because I live in Beech Mountain, and the deer eat everything that I plant. There's a lot of us here from Beech Mountain. But it's various people, small homes, or problems with animals. We have teaching gardens here for adults and children to come in and see. The Girl Scouts have a plot here. So we have a Penn State approved perennial garden. We have a rain garden. We have a pollinator garden that's under construction, and a teaching garden that is also under construction. They've been here, but they needed work, so we're kind of starting from the ground up.
Okay, so now if someone watching says, wow, that's great, I would love to be involved in this, what do they have to do?
You have to contact me, or on the website. It's digclds.org. You can find all the paperwork there. It's a little late in the season now to rent, but we start taking applications in the fall for the following year. The prices are listed. We go from a small to extra large. They range from $14 a season to $30 a season. So you're getting a lot, and you can continue. If you want to keep the plot over the years, you just release it. So you're allowed to keep perennial things in there if you want to, and you can plant. We're open every day, and people come and go as they please. We do have equipment here for everyone to use, or they can bring their own. We have a market garden. I don't know, there's a sign out front that you can see. Jonathan Price runs that for us. Will be a junior at Cornell University this year in plant science. And he plans to come back to the valley as a farmer. So we're really glad to have him. And he's done an awesome job. He has CSA shares, which are community-supported agriculture. You pay so much per week, and you get whatever vegetables are in that week. And you get way more than you would get at the grocery store.
Wow, that's really exciting. Well, this is really an education coming here today. I know you have you offer classes and all various things happening. So if people want to know more, you recommend that they just go to the website to find everything out, or they can call you.
Yes, 570-578-4773.
All righty. If you didn't know about it before, you do now. And if you're interested in growing anything that, like you see behind us, this is the place to do it. So please get in touch. Go to their website or give Jo a call.
Thank you, Lisa. Now we're giving away another pair of ticket vouchers for the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. The vouchers are good for one 2017 regular season home game, your choice. They must be redeemed at PNC Field's box office based on availability. Call us now at 570-459-9813, extension 104. Leave your name and number. The winner will be drawn at random. Hazleton Night is coming up at PNC Field in August. The Valley West Little League 10 to 12-year-old All-Stars are taking a swing at a district or Section 6 championship. We'll talk with the sports editor of the Standard Speaker about that in a little bit. Right after this break, we're going fishing with Kent Jackson, the Standard Speaker's outdoor reporter. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
A Sugarloaf Township resident, Stanley Sypek, won a bass fishing tournament on Oneida Lake and took the first prize, a boat valued at $56,000. For years, Sypek has been spending summers camping, often with his two sons, Nathan and Jordan, along Oneida Lake, which is one of the Finger Lakes in central New York. So he had an advantage over many of the 197 other anglers who entered the Bass Pro Shops Bassmaster Northern Open on June 29th to July 1st. For anglers fishing for bass closer to home here in Pennsylvania, where the season started about a month ago, Sypek recommends doing what he does at Oneida Lake: practice. Learn the lake, experiment with different lures, find spots where the bass bite at different seasons and different times of day or night. David Kozlansky of the Leggett's Creek Bassmasters in Scranton said this time of year, when the days are hot and long, bass wait in the shade. He fishes for them beneath docks and under lily pads. Early mornings and early evenings, when the sun isn't so fierce, he expects bass to feed nearer the shore in shallower water. Jeff Smith, the Susquehanna River biologist for the Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission, said when he opens up a bass to notice what it's been eating, he mostly finds crayfish. Bass also will eat other fish, frogs, invertebrates such as mayflies and worms. Unlike trout, which perish in water warmer than 68 degrees, bass like warm water, as long as it contains enough oxygen for them, Smith said. This month, Smith is fishing with electricity, giving bass a non-fatal jolt from a backpack so he can study the young bass and compare disease rates with studies from other years. He and other researchers from state, federal agencies are starting to believe that the interplay of factors such as estrogen drugs poured down our drains, weed killers, pathogens, and parasites are causing the die-off of young bass and the abnormalities in adult bass, such as black spots and males that have female egg cells in their testes. When Smith takes off his electric backpack and fishes the conventional way in the Susquehanna, he casts crankbaits that he can reel back in and some surface plugs. But for those using natural bait, he recommends minnows and crayfish because of their prevalence in the diet of bass. Catch the crayfish where you fish, Smith recommends, to avoid transplanting the invasive rusty crayfish to waters where it isn't already established and can drive out the natural species. Sypek, meanwhile, said tournament rules don't allow natural bait, but on the last day of the Northern Open, when he was moving from 7th place in the standings to the championship, he used a jig that resembled a crayfish. Now that he won the Northern Open, Sypek can enter the James River Tournament in Virginia in August and the Douglas Lake Tournament in Tennessee in September. After that, he qualifies for the tournament that anglers call the Super Bowl of bass fishing. That's the Bassmaster Classic next March on Lake Hartwell in South Carolina.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's a glimpse of the Hazleton National Bank building on a cloudy day in the downtown area. And this is our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, a 30% chance of showers, mainly before 7 p.m. It will be partly cloudy and we'll have a low of 68 degrees. On to the 4-day outlook, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after 1 p.m. on Wednesday, mostly sunny, high in the mid-80s. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, we'll have a low of 68. On Thursday, a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly sunny, highs in the lower 80s. At night, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy, lows in the upper 60s. Friday, mostly sunny with a high of 82. At night, partly cloudy, low of 68. Saturday looks nice, partly sunny with a high near 78. And then for Saturday night, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy, low of 67 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High Food Drive-In, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Open daily 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Sundays and holidays 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. Stop by for our ice cream and yogurt, now featuring fat-free, no sugar-added soft frozen yogurt with flavors like vanilla, strawberry, and strawberries and cream. We also have burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. And like us on Facebook.
Lots of numbers on the green screen. It's the midday winning lottery numbers from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Pick 2, 3-2, pick 3, 6-3-1, pick 4 numbers 0-2-4-7, and pick 5 numbers 3-6-4-4-0, and the wild number is 3. It's Dave Day on another Tuesday. We'll talk about Valley West Little League Baseball and a movie based on Joe Paterno coming to HBO. Stay tuned.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
Happy Dave Day, everybody. We're going again on a Tuesday, Dave, just messing with people. But that's because Valley West, they keep winning. Congratulations to them, the 10 and 12-year-old All-Stars from the Valley West Little League. And Dave, you've been covering the tournament with Stroudsburg, kind of the hometown team, and they are in the championship. They'll meet Valley West. We'll get into all that, but let's talk about how Valley West got into the championship round. They beat Warwick 13-5. Dave, I read in your article, Grant Russo, Brett Antolik, Connor Kundrat had 10 combined RBIs in that game. Now, Valley West, they lost to Stroudsburg first time around, Dave. That's how they ended up in the losers bracket, but made it through there. What did you see in that first matchup? They had the lead in that first game.
Yeah, they had the lead in the first game, but they're very uncharacteristic. They had 8 errors in the game, which totally unlike them. But they're able to bounce back, and Jeff Antolik, the manager, who's obviously has a wealth of experience coaching at the high school level and playing professionally and at the high school and college level, he's he put everything in perspective for them. Hey, you get knocked down sometimes in your life, and you got to get back up. And they came out swinging on Monday evening against Warwick. 2 runs in the first inning, courtesy of a Connor Kundrat 2-run home run. That was an absolute blast. They continued to hit throughout the whole game, and like you said, the top 3 players in their order, Russo, the younger Antolik, and Kundrat combined for 10 RBIs, 9 hits, bunch of extra base hits, and kind of set the tone for the rest of the team. And they also had Brett Antolik pitching that game too, the ace of the team, and he was able to pitch into the 5th inning with a comfortable lead, and his teammates responded. He pitched very well. And a big thing is they didn't commit a single error against Warwick.
So the championship game will be tonight, Dave, and the Standard Speaker will have coverage of it tomorrow in the paper. The Hall of Fame, Dave, Hazleton Area Sports Hall of Fame. You're running your articles. I always love this time of year on the inductees. Christy Devins, I was so happy to see Hafey. It was in big letters in the Standard Speaker. Once again, a pitcher for Bishop Hafey had success. Bob Nensteel was recently featured on great basketball player around here, and Jack Hollis. Christy Devins and Bob Nensteel, I mean, 2 more of the modern players. And what stuck out with you with those 2?
Well, Christy had a phenomenal career at Bishop Hafey as a pitcher, and then she was even better at Misericordia University. She led the team to the playoffs for the first time, the national playoffs. She was a big-time pitcher for them. Was able to all-conference player as a softball player too. And then Bob Nensteel too had a fabulous career at Weatherly. Last time the Records won a district basketball championship, Bob Nensteel was the center on that team. He was a strong scorer, 16-point game scorer as a junior. Then he went up to more than 20 points a game as a senior. He was a big-time rebounder, and teaming with his brother, the late Ryan Nensteel, they're a definite 1-2 duo and a force to be reckoned with, and a great time for record basketball.
I was right around that age, Dave, with the Nensteel brothers playing CYO basketball, I believe, too, and you would just sit there in awe when they would be playing basketball. Let's move on to this now. Penn State, Dave, Al Pacino, first pictures of him as Joe Paterno, and it's kind of eerie. I mean, I thought when they first announced he would be part of this project, HBO film on Joe Paterno, that it would be a good fit, but just seeing him as Joe Paterno, it was, like I said, it was a little eerie.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. If you wanted to pick somebody, you couldn't have gotten somebody better than, nobody better than Al Pacino to play Joe Paterno. He's done any given Sunday a fabulous part in that movie, a football coach in that movie too. Now he gets to play somebody who's a real football coach, and I'm sure he's going to do a phenomenal job.
Dave, I'm interested to see as a Penn State fan, without going into everything that happened at Penn State, but just how the movie will be done, as I guess everyone is interested to see.
Yeah, I think Penn State fans are you're going to have it's not going to decide anything. I mean, I think people are in one camp or another at this point. You know, people believe one thing or they'll believe another thing, and like I said, you don't want to rehash what happened there, but it's going to shed some new light. From what I read about, it's going to challenge, you know, the paternal character, and it's up to the viewers. It's not up to the movie to make that determination. It's going to be up to the viewers, and like I said, I think viewers we're going to have their predetermined ways about them and what they think about the situation, and let the movie, you know, it is an entertainment. Let's not forget that. It's to entertain people, but if it educates people and sheds a new light on something, more power to it. But I don't think it's going to do anything different, change anybody's views of it.
Absolutely. And Dave, let's finish up with what's happening out west right now. We'll talk about the Phillies a lot on Dave Day. We'll talk about the Red Sox because I'm a Red Sox fan, or the Yankees, a lot of local interest. But your Los Angeles Dodgers, Dave, something's going on. I keep hearing they're doing well out there. And just talk about your boys in blue.
Yeah, they just can't seem to lose right now, no matter where they're playing. Before the All-Star break, after the All-Star break, winning games on late inning home runs. You know, the pitching's been outstanding, and you know, I think there's a little bit of chip on their shoulder too. I mean, they were close to getting to the World Series last year. They lost to the Cubs, you know, in the NLCS. So they feel like, you know, they have a chance to get there this year. They're a little bit stronger, and I think that certain pitcher at the top of the rotation is hungry to make amends in the postseason, and Clayton Kershaw.
Dave, I'm an American League guy, but I'm excited for the NL. You have the Nationals over there, the Dodgers, and don't forget about the Cubs, who started a little hot right after the All-Star break. Well, remember to read Dave's coverage of the Valley West 10 to 12-year-old Little League All-Stars as they chase a Section 6 championship.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. Bounce USA will be hosting a job fair at the Laurel Mall from 10:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Thursday, July 20th at the location next to Old Navy. Come with a resume and prepared for interviews for full-time and part-time jobs. The official opening is August 1st. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce will be hosting a seminar on writing and web content and press releases on Wednesday, July 26th from 9 to 10 a.m. Registration fee will be $10 for members and $15 for non-members. Anyone interested can contact the Chamber. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Philip M. Banks Jr., drums. Services will be held at the convenience of the family. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family. Ray A. Kirchduefer, Hazel Township. Funeral will be Thursday at 11 a.m. at the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 9:30 to 11 a.m. at the funeral home. Angel Reyes, Hazleton. Service will be Wednesday at 5 p.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 3 to 5 p.m. at the funeral home. David James Rumble, Weston. Services will be private under the direction of the Harmon Funeral Home. Margaret D. Tomasco, Hazleton. Funeral will be Wednesday at 10 a.m. at the parish of St. Cyril and Methodius at the Church of St. Joseph in Hazleton. Friends may call Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. at the church. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on SSPTV News, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Eleanor Koch of St. Clair. Call now at 570-455-7267, extension 104 for your free movie.
Can't tell you how relaxing it was at the Butler Township Community Garden. We shot 2 more segments there, so we'll be able to check out more of the beautiful sights. Stay tuned for that. August 17th is Hazleton Night at PNC Field. For the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, SSPTV will be a part of it, and we will update you on that as well. But that's it for today. We'll come back. We'll have more fun tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.